the housekeeper who owned the hotel. My nephew handed me a linen cart 10 minutes before the ribbon cutting and whispered, "Tia, please don't stand near the cameras." He thought the old housekeeper uniform made our family look poor. He didn't know the deed to that hotel still carried my signature. For a moment, I just looked at his hand wrapped around the cart handle, the same hand I used to hold when he was 6 years old and afraid of elevators. Adrian Morales was 32 now, dressed in a cream-colored suit that probably cost more than my first car. Cameras flashed behind him. Reporters stood near the velvet ribbon. Investors laughed under gold lights in the lobby of the Maravilla Hotel, the boutique hotel he had been calling his vision for 6 months. I had ironed that uniform myself that morning, not because I wanted to embarrass anyone, because it was the first uniform I wore when I came to Miami with 2 suitcases, $87, and English I had learned from soap labels and bus signs. That uniform had fed my family. It had paid Adrian's school fees when his mother couldn't. It had kept the lights on in our little apartment when the old hotel almost swallowed us in debt. But Adrian only saw the fabric. He saw the name tag. He saw the woman he wanted people to forget. "Just for the photos," he said quickly, lowering his voice. "You understand, right? The brand has to look elevated." Elevated. That word almost made me laugh. I had scrubbed vomit from bathroom tiles at 2 in the morning. I had changed sheets after hurricanes blew rain through cracked windows. I had carried towels up 5 flights of stairs when the elevator died in August heat. Nothing in that building had ever been elevated until people like me lifted it. But I nodded. After a while, women like me learned the difference between silence and surrender. I pushed the linen cart toward the service hallway and stood where he wanted me, half hidden behind a marble column. From there, I watched Adrian greet guests like a man born into polished floors and champagne glasses. He told a city councilman, "Our family always believed in hospitality." He told an investor, "I built this brand from nothing." Then, when a lifestyle reporter asked about the hotel's history, Adrian smiled and said, "My aunt helped around the property in the early days." Helped. That one word cut cleaner than an insult. I did not help around. I held that place together. The Maravilla had not always been beautiful. 20 years earlier, it was a tired roadside motel with bad plumbing, peeling paint, and a neon sign that buzzed like an angry insect. My brother bought it because he thought owning property made a man respectable. Then he died suddenly, leaving debts, unpaid staff, and a widow too broken to open envelopes. Adrian was 12. His mother wanted to sell. The bank wanted the keys. The employees wanted wages. Everyone wanted something from a building that had nothing left to give. So I gave what I had. I signed a personal loan using my tiny house as collateral. I worked housekeeping by day and front desk by night. When payroll was late, I paid 3 employees from the emergency cash I kept in a coffee can. When guests complained, I apologized. When toilets flooded, I mopped. When Adrian needed lunch money, I slipped bills into his backpack and told him not to worry. He went to college because that ugly motel stayed open. He became a businessman because I stayed tired. And now he wanted me near the towels. The lobby grew louder as the ceremony approached. A string quartet played near the staircase. Photographers adjusted their lights. Adrian's new staff moved through the crowd in black uniforms, polished and nervous. Then I heard someone say my name. "Elena Morales?" I turned. An older woman stood near the check-in desk, her silver hair pinned neatly, her eyes fixed on me like she had seen a ghost. "Rosa?" I whispered. She had worked front desk for me during the hardest years, back when we kept a baseball bat under the counter because the neighborhood was not yet up and coming. Rosa's eyes dropped to the brass key hanging from the chain around my neck. "You still have it," she said softly. Before I could answer, Adrian appeared beside us, smiling too brightly. "Rosa, wow, great to see you. Tia Elena used to help us out back then." Rosa's face changed. Not anger exactly. Recognition. The kind people get when they realize a lie has been dressed nicely. "She ran the place," Rosa said. Adrian's smile stiffened. Of course, in her way. That was when Mr. Callahan arrived. He was older now, thinner, leaning on a cane, but I recognized him immediately. He had been the banker who handled the foreclosure notices when everyone else treated us like a lost cause. "Elena," he said, taking both my hands. "I was hoping you'd be at the front." The nearby conversation softened. Adrian cleared his throat. "Mr. Callahan, we're actually about to begin. I'm sure we can." "No announcement should begin without her," Mr. Callahan said. The lobby quieted by degrees. A reporter turned her microphone slightly. Adrian laughed once, the way nervous men laugh when the room stops obeying them. There may be some confusion. My aunt is family, of course, but the ownership structure is already settled. A woman in a navy suit stepped forward holding a leather folder. Our lawyer. She looked at Adrian, then at me. Actually, she said, we cannot announce the final ownership structure without Miss Morales' signature. The silence that followed was not empty. It was full of things people were suddenly understanding. Adrian looked at me then. Really looked. Not at my uniform, not at the cart, not at the name tag. At me? The lawyer opened the folder. Ms. Morales retained controlling interest when she refinanced the original property. Her investment prevented the bank from taking possession. The renovation agreement still requires her approval. A photographer lowered his camera. Someone whispered, "She owns it?" Mr. Callahan's voice was gentle but clear. Elena was the reason this property didn't go back to the bank. Rosa stepped closer. She paid us when there was no payroll. A man from the kitchen staff, older and rounder than I remembered, raised his hand slightly. She slept in the laundry room during Hurricane Wilma, so the guests wouldn't be alone. Another former employee said, she taught me English from room service menus. The lobby did not erupt. That would have been easier. Instead, it grew still. Heavy, human. Adrian stood beside the velvet ribbon, holding golden scissors meant for a story that no longer belonged only to him. The lawyer turned to me. Ms. Morales, would you like to cut the ribbon? I felt every eye in the room move toward me. For years, I thought I wanted a moment like that. Some grand correction. Some public proof that I had mattered. But standing there with the linen cart still beside me, all I felt was tired. Tired of being grateful for scraps of respect. Tired of watching people build clean stories from dirty work. I walked to the ribbon slowly. My old shoes made almost no sound on the marble floor. Adrian stepped back without being asked. Before I took the scissors, he leaned close and whispered, "Tia, I didn't mean it like that." I looked at him, the boy I had raised in pieces. The man who had learned to be ashamed of the hands that saved him. You were never ashamed of the hotel, Adrian, I said quietly. You were ashamed of the hands that built it. His face changed as if the sentence had entered him slowly and found the place it belonged. I cut the ribbon. The cameras flashed. For the first time that day, I did not move away from them. That evening, after the guests left and the lobby smelled of flowers, champagne, and fresh paint, Adrian found me standing beneath the founder's plaque. It read, "Founded by Adrian Morales." He looked at it for a long time. "I was scared," he said. "I thought if people knew where we came from, they wouldn't respect us." I touched the brass key at my chest. "Respect that requires you to erase someone is not respect," I said. The next week, the plaque was changed. Built by the Morales family beginning with Elena Morales, who cleaned the first room and signed the first loan. Under it, in a small glass case, we placed the brass master key. The first key. People sometimes ask if I forgave Adrian. I tell them forgiveness is not a ribbon you cut in front of cameras. It is slower than that. Quieter. Some days it opens. Some days it sticks. But I did learn one thing. I did not need my name above the door to know what I had built. I only needed to stop letting people scrape it off the foundation. If this story reminded you of someone whose quiet work built a life nobody thanked them for, share it with them. Some people don't need applause, but they do deserve to be seen.